Do not attempt the techniques you are about to see without consulting a professional. On this special episode of The Dog Whisperer, Caesar confronts a pit bull in the red zone.
I bring Trinity home and introduce her to Sandy, and their initial interaction together was great. But in trying to take Trinity for a walk, it was like walking a panther.
And all of a sudden, Trinity's just attacking Sandy, or Sandy gives a look and it's a fight.
We couldn't believe it, like, not our dogs. And I'm not saying like a little, little weenie fight.
They can never interact because we don't ever know what's gonna happen. And we don't want to take the chance, so.
When good dogs go bad, there's one man who's their best friend. Caesar Millan.
No dog is too much for me to handle. I rehabilitate dogs, I train people. I am the Dog Whisperer. Pit bulls, Rottweilers, and German Shepherds are all amazing dogs that have the ability to become gentle and loving pets. At the same time, the press tends to vilify the same breeds, labeling them as ruthless fighters. In my opinion, to judge a dog by his breed is terribly unfair. I always say that when a dog has issues, it's not the breed, it's the human behind the dog. However, not all owners of out-of-control dogs are irresponsible people. Most of those who call me for help truly do mean well, but simply lack the proper knowledge and information. And sometimes they just do not possess the necessary calm, assertive energy needed to lead a powerful breed dog. You are about to see one of the most powerful stories we ever produced. I must warn you, it contains graphic footage of dogs fighting that you may find upsetting. But hang in there and you may learn some valuable lessons about dogs and, more importantly, about yourself.
Justin and I were living behind my gallery and photography studio. We both love dogs. We found ourselves, Justin more than I would, look on the different rescue sites and look at this one, and I've had dogs, a couple dogs before, and I was like, you know what, I don't know, I don't think that we should get one just yet. And he'd always look, and I was really surprised.
An opportunity came up to just kind of help a dog, so we kind of jumped on it. So we acquired Sandy. We got Sandy when she was 6 months old. She was real cute and playful and kind of a little disaster, how puppies are and stuff.
Overall, a very submissive dog, just very friendly and gentle, but no obedience, no sit, stay, heel, nothing like that.
We had Sandy for 6 months before we acquired Trinity.
Trinity was in really bad shape. Had an owner that basically neglected her. When we found her, she was in about a 1.5 foot by 5 foot-ish space. We know that she was there for at least a year. Never been walked and just in a bad position. Justin didn't want her in the beginning, for sure. He's like, what are you doing? But he is a humanitarian, and there was no denying that this dog was in a bad situation and needed help. We're just suckers for helping dogs, I think. I bring Trinity home and introduce her to Sandy, and Sandy's great with other dogs, so their initial interaction together was great. But in trying to take Trinity for a walk, it was like walking a panther. I mean, the dog couldn't walk on a leash. Now it's like, wow, we have 2 powerful dogs now, and it's going to be real hard to tame these things in a sense, and get them to listen. So, having Trinity and with Sandy, I mean, we had to instantly start instilling obedience. We were at the dog park. We would take them there at night, and we met a San Diego State police officer, and he had 2 Rottweilers that were amazingly trained. He could, point, and they would sit down at a distance and do whatever he wanted. And Justin was like, oh my gosh, where'd you get your dog trained? We need that, that would be great. Well, he gave us the information, and we contact this trainer. He comes out, he gives us a demo. We're totally sold. It cost about $2,500 for a 3-week session for both dogs. And I guess I was hoping, maybe my dogs will just be this obedient dog when I get him back. And, the trainer was saying, yeah, we can work with these dogs. I've done it before, and it shouldn't be a problem. He came and he picked up our dogs. took him away to his training facility. We were excited. We're like, a little vacation. This is awesome. Our dogs are gonna be just like his dogs and like the Rottweilers we saw. It was very exciting.
You know, the day before we get him back, he calls Monica and says he's had a problem with the dogs fighting. So it was kind of like, wow, okay. They've never fought before. This is kind of weird.
We were totally shocked. We met up with him that evening to get our dogs, and sure enough, they had holes all through their necks. We couldn't believe it. Like, our dogs didn't fight. Like, not our dogs. We got a quick rundown of the training, but honestly, we weren't as much paying attention to the training as, oh my God, our dogs got in a fight.
We get the dogs home, and all of a sudden, Trinity's just attacking Sandy, or Sandy gives a look, and it's a fight.
Every day for the next week, they got in a fight. And I'm not saying like a little, little weenie fight. I mean, and neither of us were experienced at that point with breaking up dog fights. We didn't want to look at our hands because we didn't even know if we had fingers. Because it was just, I mean, I have scars and so does he. And this is what we're dealing with. Constantly. Blood. With every fight that they got into, I just knew Justin's fuse was just getting shorter and shorter and shorter.
Without a yard, separating two dogs constantly, working, trying to exercise, it's too much. So I decided to, move away from the house to get room because it's just too much to handle.
Justin ended up moving back to his parents' house, and he took Sandy with him. At this point, we're like, our dogs just can't be around each other, bottom line.
I feel more attached to Sandy just because she was the first dog. She's easier to deal with. I have a little resentment towards Trinity.
Justin was at his parents' house for about a month, maybe a little bit more, and I basically said to Justin, okay, fine, we'll get rid of Trinity. I'm like, but we have to do it through the rescue. This whole time that Justin had been gone for the month and a half, I mean, I've grown so much closer to Trinity because my man's gone and so is my other dog, and all I have is Trinity, and now I have to give her away. I mean, it was horrible.
I saw Monica's love towards Trinity, it was inseparable, so it is what it is, It's just, the dog's part of the family, so let's make it work.
So Justin found the house that we now live in. We're on 13 acres with a big fenced-in backyard. In living here, our problems aren't solved, but it's easier to separate them.
We have a dog shuffle where the dogs go in and out of the house, and they're always separated. One's in the front yard, one's in the backyard, and they can never interact because we don't ever know what's going to happen.
We think that we've tried basically everything with these dogs. We've tried choke chains, the e-collar, the dominant dog collar, the muzzle. We're not sure that we're doing it the right way and how long you have to use that specific tool before it starts working, and that's why we need Caesar. What I hope that Caesar can help us do is that I want my dogs to get along again. I want them to be friends. I want them to be able to play together.
I hope Caesar can make the dogs trust each other, kind of, so that they can just feel comfortable around each other and they can interact and eventually be together as a family.
Most pit bulls are sweet and loving, but without proper leadership, exercise, and discipline, they can turn into gladiators that fight to the death.
We have 2 female pit bulls, and they used to get along, and they were friends, they were buddies, they played together, loved each other, slept with each other, and they no longer get along. They fight.
Do they only not get along with each other, or they don't get along with other dogs?
Sandy, she gets along with all other dogs. Trinity, she does not get along with other dogs.
Okay, so she's not the issue only, it's other dogs as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Trinity, I think, is a vocal player with a little bit dominant, kind of aggressive attitude.
Mm-hmm.
The wrong dog, wrong mix.
So it's
Fight
excited
happens.
dominance. She gets excited, then she gets dominant.
Mm-hmm.
then the aggression kicks in.
It's crazy.
So the Sandy every once in a while starts the fight?
I think so.
Just from her attitude,
From her
and
attitude,
her look,
her personality.
yeah.
Sandy doesn't trust Trinity at all anymore. Kind of intimidated acting around Trinity, where Trinity doesn't care. I mean, she can fight with her today and be her best friend tomorrow.
So that's more normal.
Yeah.
The
But
dogs
Sandy,
normally fight and then they lick each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Sandy has something to do with it, but I saw Sandy outside. She has great skills. You know, very social, very submissive at first.
but like Bonesy, for instance, rules. Our cat
Over
rules.
her.
Rules our dogs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Over
Rules both
Trinity.
dogs. They
She'll
don't mess
just-
with the cat at
she'll
all.
stop
The
and
cat rules
freeze.
the dog.
Yeah, that's good. That means she has a limit.
Yeah.
It's just not with dogs yet.
Right.
So let me meet her and let me get a you know, an evaluation from her point of view and see. But it sounds like a case they have to go to the center because she needs that, you know, social behavior.
Yeah. Seems okay.
Yeah.
There's something with her with toys, squeaky toys, whatnot. She has that very,
Possessive.
yeah, she won't drop a toy for anything.
Did she kills the toy?
What do you mean, kill it?
Tear it up. And...
See that? So that she's not playing, she's killing. So when other dogs, they know that the other dog is not playing with the toy. It's
Right.
killing the toy, so they can take that energy towards them. When you have two dogs in the same state, you need a
Good luck.
bulldozer
Exactly.
No.
to
Yeah.
remove them, especially this type of breed.
Yeah.
It was a very deadly silence feeling that I had from her, but just very typical of a red sound dog.
Can we bring her to the center at least 2 months? Okay, 'cause she needs a lot of social behavior.
Yeah.
So
Both
for
of
me to
them or
bring,
just the
no,
one?
just her.
Just her.
Just her. So we gotta find out what makes her come submissive.
Yeah.
I can't do red zone rehabilitations at home. I can't. It's just impossible. I can't do dogs that are gonna kill another dog at home. You know, I don't have my pack. I don't have my best helpers. Trinity, as we heard, had a really bad owner. She lived with an abusive human being, and these wonderful people took over. They really have good energy. They definitely can deal with a pit bull without a problem, but they don't have the training to deal with a red zone case.
The Dog Whisperer shooting schedule took us out of Los Angeles for weeks at a time, so it was 5 months before I was able to bring Trinity to the center and work with her on a daily basis.
Every time we bring a dog that needs the pack, it's because it's a severe case or a hard case or a case that requires the help of the pack. Trinity is one of those cases. Right now, my pack is in a very good state of mind. We have a new puppy. And so again, Trinity is a red zone case. It requires supervision, and do not try this at home. Nose, eyes, ears. All right, so let me see. We will talk about it. We're gonna focus on the dog, the reaction of it. So my pack is definitely reacting. We definitely have a red zone case. Definitely a red zone case. And so that's why you saw that my pack was copying the behavior. Now my pack is influencing her. Earlier, she influenced my pack. It's a little bit more quiet, but the energy of wanting to fight is still there. That means she has not surrendered like this pack. All right, so we're gonna need a muzzle. So I wanna see how she reacts and how she feels about the muzzle, more important. There you go. Obviously, when the muzzle came in, she went into a more quiet state. So the existence of the muzzle does lower the intensity of the dog. Now, would you mind you guys go on that side and she stay by herself? You can see it from right there. Yeah, sure. Back up. What I'm looking is, how she's reacting now without you guys being so close or touching the leash. But we get to evaluate how the packs will definitely see. Who feels more comfortable of the two of you? And I want 100% honesty.
Her with the pack?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
He might be better than me.
All right.
Yeah. We'll leave the leash here.
You're the leash, buddy.
Don't need no leash.
You don't need no leash.
Okay.
Now see what as soon as you came in, she lifted the leg.
Yeah. Started getting
Yeah, as soon as you came in this side,